Trick, and I'm going to be talking to you about the supply chain of New Zealand made wine. There are 15 wine regions throughout New Zealand. The North Island has 10 regions, including Northland, Metakana, Waiheke Island, Bay of Plenty, Gisborne and Martinborough. Whereas the South Island has fewer regions of just 5, including Nelson, Marlborough and Central Otago. New Zealand's highest demand for exporting is Sauvignon Blanc, closely followed by Pinot Noir. New Zealand produces less than 1% of the world's export market. Throughout the supply chain of wine exports, in the pre-production and production stage, New Zealand wine industry have a holistic health approach to chemical and pest control. Working in the vineyards is considered seasonal work. Luckily enough for employers, they are able to find employees who are on holidays, or New Zealand Immigration also offer a seasonal work permit for overseas workers. In the second stage of the supply chain, processing, samples are to be sent to verified labs for testing before exporting. The common amount sent away for testing is 3 bottles of 200 ml of wine, or if it's being sent to the EU, it's 6 bottles of 200 ml. In certain countries, such as the European Economic Community, a VI-1 certificate is required. South Africa require a cultivar certificate. Meanwhile, most other countries only require a free sale advice statement for product registration. However, there are slight variances through different countries. In the third step of the supply chain, logistics, exporting and distribution, because the wine is bottled in glass, which is prone to breaking easily, cardboard boxes with dividers between each bottle are used for packaging. When distributing the finished product, with the amount of various steps and people involved in this, things are sure to go wrong. So if the exporter notices that the wine becomes unfit for purpose, or is refused entry by a foreign government, fails to meet relevant overseas market access requirements, or doesn't have the required export documents because they may be removed or lost, the producer is responsible for reporting this to the government. In the next step of marketing, in terms of labelling, there is a criteria of certain aspects that need to be added to the labels. The name of the product, batch numbers, alcohol levels, and some wines may contain eggs or fish, which should be displayed to notify certain consumers such as vegans. The Fair Trade Act 1986 is put in place to protect consumers so they can trust the product that they are consuming and buying. The next step, retailing. Companies must take into consideration who the product is suitable for. For example, they wouldn't retail the wine to a pregnant woman as is considered unethical to be drinking wine while pregnant. Also, they need to take into consideration the different legal ages that are throughout different countries for consuming alcohol. In the next step, consumers. Consumers are now more aware of where their products are coming from and all the ingredients that are put into the products. Also, organic wines are becoming more and more popular in today's society. So the Wine Act 2003 has 2 major points, the Wine Management Standards Plan and the Wine E-Cert. The Wine Standards Management Plan includes 6 steps, the first being apply a Wine Standards Management Plan Code of Practice and hazard analysis and critical control points to your wine. From there, if the exporters are following an approved code of practice, they are able to meet requirements from the Wine Act 2003, whereas that do not follow a certified code will have to complete a Wine Standards Management Plan that will be verified. The second step is to sign up a verifier. This verifier needs to belong to a recognised company or agency. Next, the Wine Standards Management Plan documents will be sent in for registration, along with a letter from the chosen verifier and a site plan of the property of which the wine will be made at. From there, the winemakers will be notified of confirmation of registration. Once they receive this, they can begin making their wine. Within the first 6 months of registration, the winemakers will need to arrange a verification visit from a certified person. For the wine e-cert, once all registration is verified, the winemakers can create an account to access the wine e-cert online, which is run by the Wine Export Certification Services. This is where they can continue to update details about their company, their wine products, and keep up to date with regulations and any changes that may surround them. Company and company users may be given access to the Wine e-cert, where companies can apply for exporting rights to any new ranges of wine they may continue to produce and intend to export. Due to the fact of having to be registered to be allowed to access the Wine e-cert, limited information is given regarding what is involved when registered to the Wine e-cert. In conclusion, the Wine Act 2003 enforces the Wine Standards Management Plan and the Wine e-cert. This has many benefits for those companies who wish to export their products to the worldwide market, and for those smaller New Zealand companies who don't wish to sell their products on a large scale. They're not required to undergo all registration forms and the many steps involved with this process of being a registered exporter for New Zealand wine.